Good morning everyone. As we had completed the previous chapter like adolescence, now today we will start the lesson 14, that is chemical effects of electric current. Okay, let's start with this chapter. But before starting this chapter, I just want to ask, like as your elder used to tell, don't touch the electrical appliances with the wet hands. Do you know why they used to say these words ki don't touch the electrical appliances with the wet hands? What will happen? Actually, why they used to say? They are saying these things because some of the objects, they pass the current and we will get the shock. Right? So, according to this, the materials, these are divided into two main types, that is called conductors and insulators. Is it clear? Why our elders or the parents, they used to say don't touch the electrical appliances with the wet hands? Because it will conduct electricity. It will pass the current through it and we will get the shock. So according to this, the pass of the electricity or it will not pass, the material or the substances are divided into two types, conductors and insulators, right? So materials, some of the material they can pass the electric current and some of the material they do not pass the electric current through them. Write down the definitions of conductors. What do you mean by conductors? Materials that allow I am writing here and after that we will write the insulators, right? Material that allow electric current to pass through them. Right, bache? Materials that allow electric current to pass through them are called conductors. Example, we can say all metals. In this case, we will write example, all metals are good conductor of electricity. That means from all the metals, they can pass the electric current. Now, metals are good conductor, this is okay, but one non-metal, you can write down as exception. Here you will write down that graphite. Graphite. What is graphite? This is also a good conductor, although it is a non-metal. So you can write graphite. Yahan write down non-metal is also a good conductor of electricity. Is this point clear, bete? Materials, these are, you can write down here also, like the materials are divided two types, conductors and insulator. That means the materials that allow electric current to pass through them, these are called conductors. Example, all metals are good conductor of electricity except one non-metal is there, that is graphite. Is a non-metal but it is a good conductor of electricity. Now we will write the term insulators. What do you mean by the insulators? Write down. Insulators. Write down the definition of insulators. Materials that do not allow electric current to pass. materials that do not allow electric current to pass through them, you can write through them, are called insulators. Example, rubber, plastic. These are the insulators. Rubber, plastic, wood, all these are called insulators or a bad conductor of electricity. Is it clear, bache? We had done the materials are divided into two types, conductors and insulators. Conductors through which the current can pass easily, and the materials that do not allow the current to pass through them, these are called insulators. Now, we will check, how we will check. Suppose if I am saying, wait a while. If I am saying, yeah, we will check by tester. Just say, if I made this circuit, right? Here I am using the pin or safety pin, you can say. Switch, right? In this case, what will happen? This is what? This is the safety pin. Safety pin is what? Metal. So, current will pass through it and the bulb will glow. And the bulb will glow. But if I will remove this and inserting a rubber over here, then what will happen? Then the bulb will not glow. Why so? Because rubber is what? It is an insulator. It is an insulator and the current will not pass and the bulb will not glow. By this we can check the presence of the, how the current is passed or not. This is the tester. Now these days modification of the tester is done. Write down. Modification Write down bache, modification in electric tester. Modification in electric tester. What does it mean? Or you can say modification in electric tester, why they need the electric tester, they modify this electric tester. Actually what happened, the bulb will glow or not, that is depend if the current is passed the bulb will glow, or if the current is not passed the bulb will not glow. But bulb will glow, that is based on the voltage. Like if the very weak current is passed through it, then the bulb will not glow. So that means the current is not passed, but it's not so. So that's why modification in electric tester is done. Modification electric tester, or we can say LED, right? LED as a current detective, or you can say a sensitive, I can write down here, sensitive detector. That means if very weak current will pass, it will glow or it will show the current is passed. That's why it is called sensitive detector. And what is the full form of this? Light emitting diode. This is LED as a current detector we are using. This is called light emitting diode. When the current through a circuit is too weak, when the current through a circuit too weak, the filament does not get heated if we are using. Suppose अगर हम बात कर रहे थे कि if we are making like this bulb, है ना, circuit we used. Here I am using metal, कोई भी metal है, right? And the bulb will glow, right? But if the current is too weak, the bulb of the filament, मतलब the filament of the bulb, it's not gets heated up and it will not glow. In those cases, we are using LED, that is light emitting diode, that is sensitive detector. That means very small current if it will pass, again the LED will glow. Right? It runs on a very low voltage. You can write down, it runs on a very low voltage. Right, बच्चे? Is it clear, bete? Right? In LED, like this, right? It is having a longer lead and the shorter. One side long, short. Wire you can say, or lead, right? Short wire as well as the long wire. अब जो long wire है, that indicates the positive side, and the short one that indicates the negative side. This is the LED. Small bulb is there that glows on a very weak current. Is this clear, bete? Clear, बच्चे? Now this also, LED के साथ साथ we are also using the magnetic compass. We already had discussed and we already had seen in the 7th class also that the magnetic compass, where the deflection occurs when the current is passed. We are also using magnetic compass. Is a device which can detect, is a device which can, right? It is a magnetic device which can detect very weak current flowing through it. Flowing through it. Is it clear, beta? Magnetic compass is also used to find out when the current is very weak, because when the current will pass, it shows deflection. That is, that tells us the current is passed or not. It is also indicated with the help of the magnetic compass. Right? Now these days, as we had modified from the bulb to the LED, but LEDs are the expensive. Right? LED are expensive. So we replace the LED with the help of the technology and new terms. We replace the LED with the CFL. Write down the next line, that the LED sources are expensive. Sources are expensive, right? So CFLs are current best device. So that means with the advancement of the technology, things are changing. Like first we used to bulb, after that LED, after LED CFL, LED light emitting diode, right? And CLFL, what does it mean? They can compact fluorescent lamps. Now these days we are using this thing. Now what are the reasons, what are the possible conditions if the bulb does not glow? What are the different conditions? According to you and me, if we will say, might be the bulb is fused, filament of the bulb is fused, connections are loose. What will happen? What are the conditions? What are the possible conditions in which bulb will not glow? Write down those conditions also. right? Possible reasons when the bulb does not glow. When the bulb does not glow. What are the possible reasons when the bulb does not glow? As we are saying, bulb is fused. Bulb is fused. Connections are loose. Right? Maybe the bulb is fused. Maybe the bulb connections are loose. Maybe cells are used up. Maybe the cells that we are using, these are used up. The battery is no more. Right? Here I am just telling it to you, cells are not used up. Here one note you can say, never join the two ends of the wire, because when we will use it, the battery will be finished. Okay? These are the possible reasons when the bulb does not glow. Is that clear, bete? Right? After that, we will discuss the electrical conductivity. I start this. I am going to start electrical conductivity. Write down. What do you mean by electrical conductivity? It is a measure of the ability of substance. It is a measure of ability of a substance. It is a measure of ability of a substance to carry electrical It is a measure of ability of a substance to carry electric current. That means substance will carry electric current. That is called the electrical conductivity. Many liquids that can conduct electricity. Many liquids that can conduct electricity. Is it clear? Then if we are writing here that the many liquids that can conduct electricity, that means some of the you can say the liquids that will not able to carry the current or conduct electricity. How we can find out which is a good conductor, which liquid is called a good conductor and which is called the bad conductor of electricity. So for this, I am just telling you the one activity, that how we will check the liquid is a good conductor or not. Write down. How can we classify? How can we classify liquids are good or bad conductor of electricity? How can we say? Right? For this activity, what we will do, we will take the 2 or 3 things, like the distilled water we will take, right? And we will take the salt, right? We can say distilled water, alcohol, or you can say acid or a base. We can say different liquids we will take. Now what will happen in this case, when we will set up an apparatus, We will take a beaker, right? Right, here the switches are there, bulb is there, current will pass. Here I am taking the distilled water, right? When we used to take the distilled water, so what will happen when the switch is okay, the current will pass on properly set up apparatus? What will happen? Bulb do not glow, right? Bulb does not glow. That means distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. Right, beta? Distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. Why distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity? Because in distilled water, no free ions are present. Conduction is possible when there are free ions. When there are free ions, in that case, conduction is possible. In case of the distilled water, it is called bad conductor. Why it is called bad conductor? Because no free ions. You will write down here, no free ions. In distilled water, no free ions are present. That's why the bulb does not glow. But if I am taking here instead of taking the distilled water, I am taking HCl. HCl is what? Acid, right? What we can say the acids have in common? In acids, if we are talking HCl, H2SO4, we already discussed in the 7th class also, HNO3, what they have in common? They have common hydrogen ions. Then when we will take the HCl, the bulb will glow. Why bulb will glow? It is a good conductor. Why it is a good conductor? Because have free, you can write down free ions. Due to the presence of the free ions, bulb will glow. Is this point clear, bache? When we will take the distilled water, bulb does not glow. Why? Because they do not have free ions. But when we will take the acid dissociate into hydrogen ions. Dissociate means the break into hydrogen ions. Free ions are present, then the conduction is possible and the bulb will glow. We can change this HCl. Base we will take. That is sodium hydroxide. Now what will happen? Again the bulb will glow. Why so? As in acids, hydrogen is common. So what is common in the base? Hydroxyl ions, OH negative ions. That means conduction is possible. Means nutshell we can say that conduction is possible when there are free ions. That means when there are free ions, then the conduction is possible. We can also change the distilled water is a good conductor. How? If we will take the distilled water, bulb does not glow, that we already discussed, but add a pinch of salt in it. When we will add a salt in it, the current will flow because of the presence of the free ions and the bulb will glow. So by this we can classify liquid is a good conductor or a bad conductor. Is this point clear, bache? That is due to the presence of the free ions, conduction is possible. Clear, beta? After that we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Thank you.